Welcome back. It's a holiday tradition for many. This weekend, the Jacksonville Symphony's First Coast Nutcracker comes to life on stage at the Times Union Center. And right now, we're joined by some of the key players of this big production. Deanna Pham is the assistant conductor at the Jacksonville Symphony. Jumilia Garcia is dancing the parts of the Snow Queen and the Sugar Plum Fairy. And Reese Weaver is dancing the role of Clara. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I was like having a moment because, I mean, it's just such a spectacular production. My daughter's dance studio, Art of Dance, has many girls that are dancing in it. We'll be there this weekend. So you're just adding a really neat element for me personally. But why do you think the Nutcracker is such an amazing production for, you know, people really all over the country?
Oh, Jumilia, why don't you start with that one?
Well, first, it's a tradition. It's something that we do every Christmas, and I think every family look forward to it. But also, every little girl dreams to be in the Nutcracker, and not just to be in the Nutcracker, to become the Sugar Plum Fairy. So that's mostly the reason that girls actually want to dance and actually become a principal dancer. It's a fantasy, it's a magical story, and it's a tradition in this country to do every Christmas as well.
Oh yeah, and an age progression too, because you can start here
Exactly.
and then end up being you one
Exactly.
day.
And I started like her, and I was actually even a little angel. That was my very first role.
Oh,
The
wow.
Nutcracker, and I went to Clara, and I went through all the divertiments, and then that's what you get. You get to become the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Beautiful. So why do you think the Nutcracker is loved by really, I mean, people of all ages? I mean, I was talking about, you know, my daughter going this weekend, but you'll see senior citizens there just still with that magical face.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, it's such a wonderful production, and Tchaikovsky, who we call in the classical world the king of the waltz, and you'll see a lot of different waltzes, the flower waltz and the snow waltz, and he writes great pas de deux, two great pas de deux in each of the acts. He just has music that is so familiar and so iconic and easy to recognize, easy to sing, easy. You hear all the arrangements of it in all the malls. But then for the musicians as well, for people who really enjoy music, like you said, you see senior citizens there, there's something new to discover every time you listen to it. It's such complex music, even though it sounds so simple and it sounds so you know, easily recognizable.
So Reese, I mean, let's just talk about you for a moment. This has got to be one of those moments that you just think, wow, how did I end up here? You've been training for a long time?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about your training and what this production means to you.
Yes. Well, I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, and I've been to a lot of different schools. And La Villa, I went, which is an art school, and I trained there with dance. And outside of school, I also go to a dance studio, and I have a dance family there. And then I also attend Douglas Anderson School of the Arts, where I dance every day at school. And so just being in the Nutcracker, it's every little girl's dream to become Clara and then one day become the Sugar Plum Fairy. And just to have the honor and the opportunity to be Clara is just so humbling, and I'm so excited to share the story with everybody.
She's as sweet as she is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So Jumilia, you probably travel all over the country, I would assume?
Yes.
What makes Jacksonville a special place for you to come and dance?
The honor and the privilege to perform with a live orchestra, and having the Jacksonville Symphony and the Piet for us is a treat. Performing with live music, it makes a whole deal of difference when you are upstage, because everything is a live performance. What I mean by live is everything is happening for the first time. Doesn't matter how much we rehearse and we prepare anything, everything is really happening for the first time. And the music is really guiding every moment. We are interpreting every note that they're playing on that Piet. And that is what it makes the performance even more magical than when you're dancing to a CD, because everything is already pre-programmed. In this case, this performance is really happening right there for you for the very first time. And every show will be different. The Friday show will be different than the Saturday performance, as well as the Sunday performance, because the orchestra is playing those notes and we're interpreting those notes every single time, but they're going to be different, even though it's the same score. And the music is just unbelievably gorgeous. So when you hear it live, it does go into your veins. It does come from the inside and it's coming out. So it's definitely very different to be here and perform with the live orchestra. It's just it's just a dream.
It is art, really, at its most beautiful form. Well, speaking of art, we have an artist standing over there waiting for you. He is hoping that you will teach him maybe some technique today. Would you like to join our sweet Curtis over there?
Yes. Speaking of
This
live,
could go really wrong, or it could be beautiful. I don't
speaking
know.
of beautiful art, Jamelia, it's a pleasure. Which move are we going to perform today?
So you're going to learn a promenade.
Okay.
Which
I mean, learn. I'm going to do it because I obviously know how to do it.
No, he's going to learn. A promenade means to actually walk around
Okay.
the ballerina. It's a classical term. I could be in any position, and an
Okay.
arabesque and an attitude. You don't need to learn that much today.
Okay.
But you're just going to keep me on my point shoe in the center.
On your point
and
shoe.
I'm going to release one foot, and
Love
you're
it.
going to go around.
Love it. There we
Yes.
go. Look at this. This is grand. This is beautiful. This is art, folks. There we go.
Magnificent.
Look at this. Look at this.
And then I finish, I stretch.
Oh, look at
and
that. Look what I did.
get there. And he did it perfectly.
Look what I did. Pas de bourrée, pas de bourrée. So, obviously, that was really good. Just, for the folks out there, what do you think it would take for me to get to perform in the Nutcracker with you guys after seeing that? I mean, obviously.
Well, about another 10 years of training, doing that every day. And then you may get an audition, and you have to compete against other really good guys that can actually do it really well.
So you're saying there's a chance? That's right. They're going to see me in next year's Nutcracker-ish in the crowd. I'll be watching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
are amazing. This is an amazing show. You guys got to check this out. First Coast Nutcracker Ballet, obviously here, presented this to you, and you can catch the show this Friday through Sunday at the Times Union Performing Arts Center. Tickets are available at jacksymphony.org or at the Symphony box office. The number is 904-354-5479.